What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going over keyword research for a new niche website, and ultimately what we're going to be trying to do is finding our first 100 or so keywords. So you can find more keywords, you can find less keywords to get started. So we're going to start here in the keyword planner, and I'm going to be doing all of this today with the keyword planner. So if you've never used this tool before, it's available in a Google Ads account. So create a Google account, create a free Google Ads account, and once you are all set up with your Google Ads account, when you go to Tools and Settings, under Planning, what you're going to see is the Keyword Planner. When you click on that, it's going to open up this page. You can also just do a Google search for the Keyword Planner, and it will be the top result, so you can find it that way as well. So what we're going to do to get started is, let's pretend we're building a brand new niche website. Now, I don't know what type of website I want to build yet, so one of the things that I'll do is I will come to flippa.com and just look up websites that are for sale because they're always geared towards some niche, so we could always come up with a few ideas here. So let's go to Flippa. We're going to browse websites for sale, and what we'll do is we'll sort by the websites that are getting the most bids, so the most active websites. Okay, so usually what I'll do is I'll just scroll through here. We'll look at a few of these different ideas, and let's say we'll do sewing. So let's pretend we're creating a new niche website about sewing. And if we look at some of the keywords right here, you can see sewing machines for heavy fabrics, embroidery companies, embroidery machines, sewing machines. So let's just pretend we're creating a new sewing website. So let's come over here. We're going to discover new keywords. And all we need to do is start with some of the main keywords that are going to be the most closely related to whatever it is we're trying to sell. So assuming you're building a new niche website, you generally have some type of valuable keywords that you want to make sure your website is ranking for. So when you send people back to your website, you can actually generate some revenue. So let's start with some keywords, and let's keep it broad. At the beginning, we'll say sewing, embroidery. We can do sewing machines, and we'll do embroidery machines. So we'll use these 4 keywords to get started. I know if I'm doing a sewing website, I need to create some content about all of the different machines available, some of the different brands, same thing with embroidery. So we'll start with these 4 keywords. We don't need to enter a website here, and we're going to click on Get Results. So this is the very first thing I would do, and as we're coming up with our list of keywords, you're going to see right here, there's over 5,000 keyword ideas available, so there's going to be no shortage of keyword ideas, and there's plenty of search volume for this niche. It looks like in total, there's over 4 million searches a month over the last few months, so this is a large niche and something that we can definitely drive some traffic to our website. So what I like to do is get started and look at by average monthly searches. Now what you want to do is understand that for every single keyword you see here, you need to have some understanding of the search intent that people are looking for. If someone is looking for seamstress, they're probably looking for a local seamstress. Now you may be able to create some content on your website about what is a seamstress, what does a seamstress do. So these are still keyword ideas that you can use and create content for. So what we want to do is start with some of these top keywords here. Obviously, we're going to start with our main keywords at the top, and then we're going to start adding all these other keywords as well. We're looking by average monthly searches. So one thing I'm going to show you is as we start selecting some of these keywords here, and we'll start with 10 keywords, and what you want to do is find keywords that you can create content about. So if you see something here like sewing shop, is that something we can create content about? Probably not, so that's not a keyword we're going to target. Now, embroidery library right here, seeing these 2 words together like this, I'm assuming it's a brand, so let's do a quick Google search. And if we come over here to Google and we're looking up embroidery library, you can see there's a website here, there's a Facebook page, says over 170,000 likes. So this is not a keyword that we're going to target. This will probably end up being a competitor in the long run. So we're not going to be targeting embroidery library. We don't need to target specific competitor brands. If we're going to target brands, we'll focus on the brands of the different sewing machines and embroidery machines. So we're not going to be targeting keywords related to sewing shop. We're not going to be targeting keywords like embroidery shop. And then you have something down here like McCall's patterns. So the main thing you want to do when you're seeing some of these different keywords, for example, I know I want to target keywords related to sewing patterns, embroidery designs, we'll say sewing table. Some of these other keywords here, what you're going to need to do is actually search in Google and look up what's actually ranking for some of these different keywords, because they may not all be relevant for exactly what you're trying to target. So that would be my number 1 tip, is understanding the search intent for the keywords that you're targeting and understanding what's ranking. So if you take a keyword like brother embroidery machine, we copy this, and we do a quick Google search, you're going to see at the very top we have advertisements, and then we have the actual brotherusa.com, so all of their different embroidery machines. We can use this page to create overviews of some of the different machines, and ultimately what we would want to do is create a page on our website of all of the different Brother embroidery machines available, and also have a page on our website where people can purchase them as well. So what you want to do is look at what is ranking. So sewing and embroidery machines, Brother. So Brother basically has all of the top results here. So getting on the first page is going to be more difficult because you'll see down here we have Ken Sewing Center. So this is actually down here. They're an authorized Brother embroidery machine dealer. So if you're able to become an authorized dealer, this would be the best way to rank in Google, is if you're actually selling these machines. Otherwise, what you can do is use affiliate programs and sell directly from Amazon, Walmart, and really anybody else who carries some of these different products. So you scroll down here, you start to see more. So 7 best Brother embroidery machines in 2023. If you want to rank for the keyword Brother embroidery machines, you probably need a page on your website that is selling them. You need a page on your website that lists the top models and basically what some of these different models are good for. And then you're probably going to want pages on your website that go over specific models, giving an overview of some of those models and giving people the option to purchase them. So if we come back over to our keyword research, I just wanted to go over understanding keyword intent, understanding what is ranking in Google, so you have an understanding as you start to come up with all of your different keywords, what is ranking for these keywords. For something like sewing table, you probably need a page, an e-commerce type page where you're selling all sorts of different sewing tables from different brands. And then you also probably need a page on your website, something like, here are the 10 best sewing tables for 2023. And you want to keep that page updated over time every single year and continue to list whatever the top sewing tables that year are. And you can just look at overall customer reviews or any type of expertise you have on the topic. So we're going to continue adding keywords here. We'll start with 15. So I think I said I'll start with 10. We'll start with 15. I'm not sure what candle wicking is. We'll have to look up some of these keywords. So we'll go back and do that. Custom embroidery. I'm assuming anybody looking for custom embroidery is looking for a local custom embroidery shop. If that's not something you're going to do, there's no reason for us to actually target this keyword. So hem tape, maybe this is a keyword we want to target, something a little bit different. Hat embroidery, so maybe give people some different ideas for hat embroidery, and we'll do sewing kits. So we have these 15 keywords to get started. We'll add these to create our plan. I just want to show you the plan. So when we add this keyword, we add them to our plan. You're going to see they're going to go into saved keywords. So when we come in here to saved keywords, you're going to see we have our 15 keywords here. And eventually what we're going to do is once we add all of our keywords to our keyword plan, let's say once we add 100, we're going to download them, and those are the keywords we can start working with and start creating content for. So what you want to do is come up with a list of keywords, and then you want to create a content strategy for the types of content that you are going to create for every single keyword that you're targeting. So let's come back over to our keyword ideas. We'll continue to add some more keyword ideas here. These are all very relevant keywords. So we'll keep coming down here. One thing you can see is if you come over here to account status, you can see which keywords you've added already. If you add a keyword twice, there's no problem. It's not going to add it multiple times. So let's add a few more here. We'll do mini sewing machine. We'll do pinking shears. I'm not sure exactly what these are, but I'm assuming if they're relevant to these keywords, it's something we want to target. So let's add these 2 keywords here. Come back to average monthly searches. So we had a few more keywords down here I wanted to add. So vintage Singer sewing machine, handheld sewing machine, dress forms. This is potentially a blog post that we can create for different types of dress forms, embroidery stitch. See, now here's where we start to get seam rippers. I'm not really sure what that is, but we'll add this. Vogue patterns. I'm assuming this is a brand, so we're not going to target this directly. Dress patterns, best sewing machine. So Serger, a specific brand here. Machine embroidery designs, best sewing machine for beginners. Now, when you see keywords like this, sewing machine for beginners and best sewing machine for beginners, I view these as the same exact keyword. So essentially what I would do is I would look at these 2 keywords and say, okay, what we should do is create a page on our website. Here are the 5 best sewing machines for beginners to get started with sewing in 2023. And that's how I'd get started with that. Sewing needle, leather sewing machines, long arm quilting machine. So we could probably come through here and just using these 4 keywords, come up with well more than 100 keywords to target. So we're going to add these to our plan. And you can continue doing this process. I want to show you something new now. So one of the things that you can do to help categorize your keywords is, instead of looking at the keyword view, is looking at the grouped view. Now, it's a little more difficult to add these keywords specifically to your keyword plan because they're going to put them together basically by theme. So one thing I like doing is I will take some of these keywords like tailoring machine. You're going to see handheld sewing, singer, a specific model here. So if we see scissors, you're going to see fabric scissors, sewing scissors. These are all really good keywords. So maybe what we're going to do is we'll just take these keywords and start adding some of them to our plan here. So we'll take pinking shears, tailoring machine. Now, if we're putting together a store on our website, what we can see here is, okay, we can have a spot on our website for pinking shears. We can have a spot on our website for scissors. We can have a spot on our website for specific types of Singer sewing machines. If you see here, sewing supplies, so this could be another keyword that we target. So we're going to add these keywords to our plan, and you can continue to add all of these different keywords. This is going to be 40 more keywords, but I really like looking at the grouped view because one of the things that you can see is just looking at these two words here, Singer Simple. Singer Simple sewing machine, Singer Simple 2263. What I can do, again, on my page, the 5 best Singer Simple sewing machines. There is 4,400 average monthly searches for Singer Simple sewing machines. It's going to be much easier to rank for a keyword like this and potentially some of these other keywords that are also getting plenty of search volume as well, if we create a page on our website like that and link out to some of these top rated simple Singer sewing machines. So let's come back over to our plan, and you can see here we can view the saved keywords just by clicking right here. So this is our draft plan right now, and what we're looking at is our overall search volume for the different keywords that we've added to our plan. And if we select right here, you can see we have a total of 69 keywords already. So it's not hard to come up with your first list of 100. I'm going to give you a couple more ideas for how to come up with more keyword ideas just using the keyword planner. So the next thing I want to go over are filters. So we're still looking at grouped view. We're going to come back to our keyword view. We just have the main keywords that we've added here. If you add more keywords at the top as you search, it's going to give you even more keyword ideas. So don't be afraid to add. You can add up to 10 different keywords here. So if you're doing things like quilting or different fabrics or anything like that, add all of those keywords here, because what I want to show you next is one of the things you can look at is, let's just say we add a filter. Let's say we want to make sure the average monthly searches are greater than or equal to 500. So we're looking for some of the more popular keywords right now. One of the things you can do instead of ranking by average monthly searches is come over here and look at the top of page bid. So if we're looking at the high range, this is how high advertisers have paid to be at the top of the page. So basically the high range of the bid that has been at the top of the page. So when we start looking at keywords like this, what you're going to see is some really high bids for specific keywords, and you're looking for keywords that have high top of page bids on the low range and the high range, because something like this where you have 27 cents and $15.85 isn't really telling exactly the story we're looking for. We're looking for keywords that advertisers historically have bid very high on, because that generally means that those keywords are going to drive value. Advertisers bid higher on keywords that drive them revenue. So if we're looking at keywords by the top of page bid, you can start to see some of these different keywords here, and maybe something like bag stitching. This is going to be a keyword that we can target. A specific type of sewing machine, quilting stitches. Now again, the main thing you're gonna have to look up, some of these are probably different types of brands. I'm not sure what Titman Boss is. Embroidery store, we're not gonna target that. Sewing line, I don't know if that's a brand. I think Sewing Machines Plus is a brand. Not sure what this is, Myra Coma, so we'll keep coming down here. But what you can do is start taking some of these keywords that advertisers are bidding very high on and at least add them to your keyword plan. And then eventually what we can do is check out all of them as we're putting together our content strategy to make sure that something like this keyword right here is a keyword that's worth creating content about that we can actually monetize. So we'll add these keywords to our plan. And again, you can rank by the high range and the low range and just see how high advertisers are bidding for some of these keywords, because these are all going to be very high revenue keywords if you're able to rank high for them. commercial embroidery machine is likely a keyword that if we can get on the first page of Google, we can make plenty of money even with just 2,400 average monthly searches. So we'll add a few more of these multi-needle embroidery machines. We'll just add logo digitizing, embroidery digitizing, industrial. So we'll add all of these different keywords to our plan as well. So we're getting pretty good with our keywords. The next thing I want to show you is the main keyword we're targeting essentially here is sewing machines, embroidery machines. So one of the things you can do is go to Google, and I've already done this, is just do a Google search for the main keyword you're targeting. Look at what is on the first page of Google. So we can see here we have ads at the very top, so product listing ads. So we keep coming down, sewing machines plus, so they have the very top spot here in Google. So we could probably look at their website and learn about some of the different things they're doing. They probably have a very good website in terms of search engine optimization. Now, people also ask, these are definitely things that you want to take note of. And a lot of times what I'll do, I'll show you at the very end, but what I'll do is I'll copy a lot of these keywords here. If you keep clicking them, it's going to pull up even more questions here. So just keep clicking them until you get about 10, 15 questions, copy and paste them directly into your keyword list. These are some of the easiest content ideas. And even if they're not specific content ideas, you can take something like which sewing machine is best for home use and create an article, again, 5 best sewing machines for home use. So sometimes you can take some of these people also ask questions and turn them into a very well-written, comprehensive article. But what we want to do, and I've already opened this page here, I've opened a few of these pages. So we have newyorkmag.com right here, the 8 best sewing machines. They're going to have to update this for 2022 because it's currently 2023. So let's open up New York Mag. We have the strategist, the 8 very best sewing machines. You don't even have to look at the article. You can look at the article. Obviously, it's good to learn about your niche, but if we copy this, come over here into the Google Keyword Planner. Instead of using keywords, we can start with a website. We can paste this website here and use only this page. So we're entering this web page and we're using only this page to find keywords. And now keep in mind, we still have our filter here for average monthly searches is greater than or equal to 500. So this has given us some of these different keywords here. So let's look by average monthly searches again. We're going to see some of the same keywords, but if we come to the top here, sometimes what you're going to get are a few different keywords that we haven't targeted yet. So we want to come through here. We'll select a bunch of these keywords here. We want to keep adding our keywords. So singer heavy duty, may have added a lot of these keywords already, but these are all really good keywords that we want to make sure that we're targeting. So basically what you're doing is you're saying, okay, let's take and find some of the top keywords from the page that is ranking in the second overall position for the main keyword we're targeting. So sewing machines, this is the second overall result after the advertisements and after these questions. So this is definitely a page you want to learn from and understand some of the different keywords that this page is targeting. Portable sewing machines, you can see we here have Singer simple sewing machine again, quilting, Burnett, Singer heavy duty, small sewing machine. So a lot of these are going to be specific brands of sewing machines. You can see people are looking for white sewing machines. So we'll add all of these keywords here. Again, we don't have to be perfect right away because essentially what we're going to do is take our list of keywords and then start coming up with a content strategy. So best sewing machine for quilting. There's another keyword here, quilting, that we can target. Stitching machine, overlock. So we should be up over 100 keywords at this point. We'll do beginner sewing. Okay. So we have a lot of different keywords here, some different stitches that we can cover. So it's always good to add all these keywords to understand what people are searching for. So that's 33 more keywords. Let's look at our keyword plan, see how many we have total. And we're at a perfect 100. So didn't even plan that. I'm surprised we got it exactly right. So coming back to our keyword ideas, the last thing that you can do is instead of using a specific page is coming over here to sewing machines. We'll copy the URL for sewing machines plus. So just copy link address. And we'll paste this website and then use the entire website. So we'll use sewingmachinesplus.com, use the entire website, get results. Same thing we did earlier, just continue to go through all of these different keywords and see the main keywords that they're actually ranking for. And it pulled up over 3,000 keyword ideas. It's showing 117, probably because we have the over 500 average monthly searches. So if we get rid of this filter here, let's open up our filter. And now we have every single keyword idea. One thing I like looking at is some of your competitors, if you look at their overall website, so look for specific sewing and embroidery niche websites, looking at their website and clicking get results and looking at the most relevant keyword ideas, a lot of times these are the keywords that they're ranking for that are consistently driving them organic clicks to their website. When I enter my websites in here, they're generally keyword ideas that I've already targeted with my content that are already ranking in Google. So if you look here, you can see they're probably ranking for all of these different keywords here. So you can add a filter, say, let's make sure it has at least 40 average monthly searches, and then we'll start targeting some of these other keywords as well. Now, before we come over to our keyword plan and we export all of our keywords, I want to show you a couple things. First, looking at the main keywords you're targeting, like sewing machines, what you should do is not only look through all of these different questions, but look at what's ranking and look at what's ranking in the first position, in the 10th position, in the 20th position. If you look here for buying guide, you can see exactly the considerations people are making when they're searching for sewing machines. So these should all be different categories in an article that you're creating. All these questions should be different questions that you're answering in the articles you're creating. But if we keep coming down, you can see looking at different brand sewing machines. Again, we have more product ads here, it looks like, or this is just the shopping portion. Walmart's ranking, Michael's is ranking, Amazon's ranking. So the main things that you want to look at are what types of pages are ranking. If we look right here, sewing machines and arts and crafts and sewing machines at Michael's, Amazon.com sewing machines. These three, if we go to, are going to be e-commerce products. So we're going to come here and it's going to be an e-commerce website with different sewing machines for sale. The New York Times right here, the 2 best sewing machines of 2023. So you're also seeing things rank like this New York Mag article, the 8 very best sewing machines, and also something like the 2 best sewing machines of 2023. 10 best sewing machines for every skill level, 7 best sewing machines 2023. If you're seeing websites like Forbes and you're seeing websites like New York Times and New York Mag ranking very high, then if you have your niche website and you're creating really great content all about sewing and embroidery, and we go through, we're going to come back over here, we go through, we export this list of keywords, we have a CSV file here, and we'll open up our saved keywords. So now we have our initial keyword research done, and what you can do is continue to expand on the keyword research you've already done. So we open up our file, it's going to look something like this. So we just want to expand. So these are all the different keywords here. It looks like they're just ranked in alphabetical order. You can see average monthly searches right here. The total search volume of just these 100 keywords we have is about 1.4, 1.5 million per month. If we scroll over, you can see how many searches these have gotten each month for the last 12 months. You can see the bids, you can see competition index. So there's a lot of different scores here. 3-month change, year-over-year change. I don't pay attention to these ones too much, but what you can do is start coming through here and finding all of these major keywords, especially keywords that have a ton of average monthly searches. Like let's take handheld sewing machine, for example. I want to rank for handheld sewing machines. That means first we'll come to Google, and if we look at what's ranking in Google, first Walmart handheld sewing machines in sewing. We have people also ask, so we want to answer all of these questions. Handheld sewing machine Amazon, and here we go. Best handheld sewing machines, simple mending. Keep coming down, so some videos here. So the top 5 best handheld sewing machines in 2021. This is probably a video that's gotten a lot of views, and it probably helps them make sales. Michael's handheld sewing machine by Loops and Threads. The 7 best handheld sewing machines 2023. So essentially all you need to do is take these keywords, look at what's ranking. So we're using our keyword planner, finding keywords, look at what's ranking, and then what I like to do is take something like handheld sewing machine. We'll come back over here, start with keywords, handheld sewing machine. We don't need to filter to get rid of unrelated results, and it's given us 401 keyword ideas. They're going to be ranked by relevance. So some of these are going to look pretty similar, but now you start seeing some different brands. Singer Stitch Sew Quick, I'm assuming that has something to do with handheld sewing machines. Handy Stitch sewing machines, best handheld sewing machines. Take some of these different keywords, and as you're putting together content, you want to take the keywords that you have. So let's take our handheld sewing machine that we have here, come down to the bottom. As we start putting together content, Okay, so we have our handheld sewing machines. Take some of those different keywords that we just researched here, and something like Singer Stitch Sew Quick, just copy it or export some of these keywords, and all you need to do is we're just going to paste it here. So, okay, and what I would do is I would continue to add more keywords down here, all of these different relevant keywords, and then in this field over here, just put exactly, so we have our sewing machine company.com / handheld sewing machine. So we have our URL here. So, and then we can also put the content that we created. I don't know, the 5 best handheld sewing machines for 2023. You just have to keep this article updated year after year. You keep it running on the same exact page. And if you create really helpful, useful content, you will rank high in search engines. So that's the whole point of keyword research. We need to find keywords that people are actively searching, that are very valuable keywords for our business. And then what we want to do is we want to start creating content around all of those keywords. Now, I wouldn't target Walmart sewing supplies. I would avoid targeting any big brand keywords unless they are relevant to sewing machines like Singer or Brother or some of these other large companies. So hopefully this is helpful as you start to put together your initial keyword list. Again, you can continue to come through here and find more and more keywords. Just adding handheld sewing machine gave us 401 different keyword ideas. So you're going to see some different ideas here to broaden your search. We can come into group view and see if they have different groups of keywords together that are relevant to handheld sewing machine. And then look at what's ranking and create better content than what's ranking. Keep your content updated. And as you start to target all of these different pages here, so we have all of these different keywords and we have different pages of content on our website, it's going to give us an incremental lift where we're going to get more and more traffic over time, because Google is going to view you as an authority on the topic. But you just got to get started with one keyword at a time, create content about those keywords, continue to improve your content, and you will rank high and you will drive not only traffic to your website, but revenue to your business. So if you have any questions about how to come up with our initial keyword list for a niche website, this is how I would do it. You can use the Google Keyword Planner. It's completely free. You can start with more keywords in this. You can start with less keywords in this. And the main thing you need to keep in mind is you need to create really good content. And then you will rank high, and then you don't have to worry about losing your rankings or any Google algorithm. So if you have any questions, again, please leave them in the comments section. Thanks for watching my video today, and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.